Hello and welcome to Totally Random Locks and Picks. Okay, so I'm just going to do a brief rundown on this lock here, courtesy of Gentleman Jack and our friend Paul Spriggett. Now, got the guts out of her, bar one thing, and I'll probably pause this a couple of times during the video just to do a bit of work on it and put it back together. So this is a bit of reference material for anyone who may come across one of these themselves, or just be generally interested in how lock mechanisms work. Okay, so this door is held on to this piece here with a pin. Well, it's either a pin or a threaded Allen key threaded piece. Now, I could not find an Allen key small enough. I wasn't sure. There's a mark here where it looks like it's been filed. Focus. And with close examination, that hole looks larger than that. I know you can't really get that through the camera, but looks like this is the insertion side, which would mean that'd be the side you'd whack it out, put it back in. However, that being taken into account, there's a lot of lateral movement side to side, so having it pinned through that way doesn't make a lot of sense. However, having it facing vertically could, through vibration and that action, end up, well, the reverse, either or, because it's got to go in both directions, could end up rattling it out and falling on the ground. So who knows why they made the decision to put it there on and make it so tiny. But anyway, that's the only part I couldn't get apart. So what I'm going to do is reassemble it for you and show you a few things. So here, if we can get into focus there, you'll see a number 4. So all the parts that come off this are numbered, and consequently for this particular lock they are all numbered number 4. And while we've got it up here, you can see this is a brass piece that's been cast by the look of it, I would imagine, and then machine finished. Looking at the threads, having a look at the threads there and the different parts, it's obviously been milled out and well looked after, like fitters and turners have had a good go at this. And there's clear milling marks here, so you can see where the milling stops, where things have to move, and where the original cast piece was probably removed from sand or whatever it was cast in. Anyway, so I should get on with it. Okay, so the next piece we have is the vacant engage sign. Trying to get a bit of focus on that. 4 rivets, every corner. Where am I? So this looks like they were on like breakout parts, like perf board. So you may have had to cut a piece off and then, smash it in there. This is the work these old school locksmiths went to. And again, we find a number 4. So as I put it back together, try and stay in focus and not rabble on too long, because I know I'm running out of storage space. So that slides up and down in there. Okay, I need to locate myself. Here is the, that doesn't actually go in yet, but it also has number 4 on it. So that's the latch. Now that's a big piece of brass. You can tell by certain wear marks on it. Now, one thing that is interesting is that this part of the latch mechanism has a big wear mark on the top of it. Too much shiny shit in the background. Looks like it's even channeled or grooved out a little bit. So what happens is I'm going to pause it and find the coinage. Okay, so I'm back with the coin, which goes in the slot and moves down to this piece here. On top of that sits this guy. So I'm going to save you the whole screwing things back in bit. That's basically that mech taken care of, with the exception of this spring, which lives in here, which keeps that. So it goes in. And I'm not going to do this on camera because I need to put my safety goggles on. So I'm going to reassemble this and stop it and start it so you can see what's happening and going on, and come back. Because yeah, the last thing you need is a random projectile like a spring meeting your eye, high velocity. So yeah, I'll get on with this and I'll come back. Okay, so holding it in situ at the moment, there's a coin in the mech, just holding it together, and you can see I have to find a coin now. So I'm just going to keep continuing with this and we'll see where it ends up. Okay, now this is a bit of fiddly to do and explain. However, this is how it would look in the engaged position from the back at the moment. Now, as soon as someone comes along with a handle, which, well, let's just forget that part for the moment. This is the top part of the mech. Let things line up. So that springs in there. So I'll pop those screws in there, but the problem is, while that looks right, that's the way I took it out. So yeah, I may have to go back and watch my own video. If I reassemble this incorrectly, there'll be leftover parts, so it'll be rather obvious. Right, I'll pause this, put those other screws back in and see if we can get this working and operational. Now, before I do that, this piece here really needs to engage with this piece that moves up and down, and at the moment it's not. Now, it's not under spring pressure or anything else like that. However, both pieces are quite... I'll get some focus on that. You can see the wear on that, especially this brass piece here. So anyway, I'll get this back together and we'll see how it goes, because the runs I did when it was off the door prior to pulling it apart, it worked consistently, uniformly, and exactly how it should. So this malfunction problem could be a matter of angles. Where out of focus? Could be a matter of angles and yeah, torque on different places, affecting different parts of the mech. So I'll get on with putting this back together and speak to you again shortly. Okay, so before I put that playback on, just something to take notice of. When it's moving, it's not contacting this plate here. There is a brief period of friction there. However, when that plate, the vacant sign, engaged sign is where it should be. There's only you can just hear it there. I'm actually sort of assisting it by pushing it upwards. So effects of gravity and things like that, it's only getting very, very minimal, what would you say, contact, interaction with these two pieces here. So in both positions, so even in the full range of anyway, I'll get it back together. We'll see if it fucking works. Okay, so I think we've found the culprit. Now, this is all just being held in place. So that's vacant, right? If you were to come along, the spring isn't in on the brass piece here, so just angle it down a little bit there. The spring isn't activating this. However, when we come along and put the coinage in it, creates a small amount of friction. Do this. Maybe I should do it the other way. Okay, so we just ejected the money. The coinage, I'll do that again. Well, hang on. That would be the reset position with the spring. So, it's, maybe I'm putting too much force on it. But in any case, you can see the coinage is in there. Then you would, I'm drawing the knob the wrong fucking way. Hang on. There we go. So we've ejected the money. Now, that's relying on the friction being applied to that. So, she being a little bit out of skew, perhaps it's the case that once it's all tightened up, too much friction in one place can adversely affect the movement. So once again, I'm going to say I'm going to put this back together, but I think that was important to point out because I was complaining that of inconsistent mech function. So I'm going to give it a generous supply of inox, put it back together, come back, and hopefully she should work. Okay, so I'm back. Little fuck up on my part, bit of a brain fart. I was trying to put this under that plate, which this is not how it went together. Now, is as it is, so we can go forward, and I'll spare you screws being put in. Hello, welcome back to Totally Random. Okay, so we're back and assembled. It's been a bit ass backwards. Okay, so we can see it doesn't open. It's been given a little application of inox. Okay, so here we have 10 cents. Now, this bracing could be a bit sturdier, so that will gain you entry into the loo. At which point you release it, close it again, and it would be engaged. No one else is getting in, you just hear the money drop. And I've lost the fucking handle. No, I haven't. It's in the door. So to let yourself out, you do that. And we're just going to repeat this a few times. Yourself in. Money drops. Let yourself out. Proof that there's no problem with the neck. Let yourself in. Shut the door. Let yourself out. Close it. Next person needs coinage. Let yourself in. Close the door. Let yourself out. And finally, one more time. Let yourself in. Close the door. No one can get in. Then let yourself out. So, had a bit of it ass backwards, but nonetheless, she's working sweet. Now to tidy it up, totally random locks and picks. Thanks for watching, and sorry for the long video, but for those playing at home, this is part of the story. So cheers, peace.